in a more scary news, headline reads: Putin says Russia will halt participation in New START nuclear arms treaty.
Mm.
So in a speech dedicated to the this is this is like just crazy. In a speech dedicated to the first anniversary of Russia's Ukraine invasion, they had a speech for an anniversary of their invasion on another country. Like the audacity of that.
Yeah, that's mad.
Like, but the funny thing is as well is like as I what do you call it? As I thought about that, the Commonwealth Games is exactly that too. It's a celebration of when like all the countries that used to be under Britannian rule are no longer in Britannian rule. And it's a game as a celebration of that, but it's also like we used to be under Britannia, whatever. Anyway, so for those who don't know, the 2010 New START Treaty provides for limits on the deployed strategic nuclear arsenals of the world's two largest nuclear powers, America and Russia. So it caps the strategic nuclear assets at 1,550 deployed warheads and 700 deployed missiles and heavy bombers. The treaty also provides for joint monitoring of each side's deployed nuclear arsenals as well as coordination through the Bilateral Consultative Commission. The idea being that in the world of nuclear weapons, the two sort of largest nuclear power players
Mm.
can maintain each other. There will be a level of predictability in their movements. So this is all sort of the idea behind it is that Putin basically is suspending this, and that's an important distinction. He's suspending. He's not withdrawing from the treaty. The reason he wants to suspend Russia's participation in the treaty is because, as far as he's concerned, the treaty is putting Russia in a strategic defeat during this sort of like um, thing that's happening with Ukraine and the West's sort of eagerness to join in with Ukraine in order to sort of shut down Russia. So
That makes sense.
That's
any
that's a bit weird though, yeah. Because imagine this, yeah. So everyone, all the narrative is that Russia is the bad guys, and then everything
That's
they
the
do, you
narrative we're
criticize
getting.
it. Yeah,
mm,
you criticize them at all point, and then you want to sit down on the table and you want to discuss like a treaty with them, like
well no
about.
the treaty was in 2010.
Oh, is it okay?
Yeah, that the treaty was in 2010. This was when Barack Obama was still there. Um,
Oh,
the treaty
so what's
was
happening there?
huh?
Oh,
What's
So
so they
happening there?
suspended this treaty they made at 2010.
no. So this treaty was made in 2010, so that they can
Okay,
have a close they can have a close eye on each other's nuclear weapons.
okay.
Mm.
But now, in celebration of the first year's anniversary
Uh-huh. Hmm.
of their invasion of Ukraine, he's suspending the treaty. He's
Oh, I
suspending
see.
Russia's participation in the treaty.
This might just be a threat. I don't think he's trying to do something, right?
Well, that's that, but it's a very, very scary threat
Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I agree.
because the idea is that they can pretty much just create as much nuclear weapons as they want now as well. Like, and no one will really know, and what they do
Mm.
with the nuclear weapons, no one really know because it's America
Hmm.
that's supposed to know, or if America does something, it's Russia that's supposed to know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
not really. Um, I want to go to Musin real quick because I know he has to go soon. So, just your final thoughts, Musin. Are you are you scared? Is this another step closer to World War III? Like, what's happening here? Real concerns?
No, there's like
Are we gonna be fighting for the old white men?
we're gonna continue to get things like this, and yeah, it's I try not to dwell on it too much because we've had so many things that were like, oh, was World War III coming? Oh, was World War III coming? Until there's an actual real like threat of it coming, not just like a tickle, like a hint,
Ugh,
like
this
an
feels a
actual
lot more than a
threat.
tickle, though.
Not to me. It feels like it feels the same as everything else that has been like, oh my goodness, World War III is coming. I don't. I think it's just like, yeah, we need to be careful of
It's just a
the fear
political power
mongering
play for you.
from. Yeah.
I hear you.
Well, no, not necessarily, but it's just there is fear mongering. There is, bad news sells. There's all this negative stuff.
Fair enough.
I just try not to focus on it. I think at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's just another one of those things that I have no control over, and if I can't
Mm.
control it, then what
You're
what
not
what
rich
am I
enough for
gonna
it to affect
what
you.
am I gonna do? Of course,
We're
yeah.
not rich enough for it to affect us.
I'm here in my studio flat, just chilling. I got my little light that I bought here for the podcast. Well, yeah,
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. All right, guys. Let's wave Musin goodbye, man. We love you, Musin.
Goodbye.
Thank you for participating in today's
Good time, man.
That's all
podcast,
right. That's
and
all
we'll
right,
see you
guys.
next week,
We will. We will. Thank you,
inshallah.
everyone. Inshallah, you guys enjoy and have a good night or morning or afternoon, wherever it is. Don't forget to like. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to comment. Don't
What
forget to
else?
ring that notification bell. And also remember well, I don't know if this was going to be in the podcast, but 20% discount um on.
Oh, it's not gonna be in the podcast.
On
Never mind
Bounty,
then.
boys,
Never
on
mind.
Bounty,
Never mind.
a pack of 100, 20% discount.
Yeah,
The code for today is Bounty.
Oh,
Bounty
okay.
20.
Well,
All right.
all right.
Thank you, Musin.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Assalamu alaikum.
See you, bro.
Wa alaikum salam.
Camille, Hussein, any thoughts? Oh, should we be? Are you guys scared or do? What's happening here? Hussein, you can.
No, I'm
Okay,
not.
go ahead. Sorry.
I'm not really scared, but there will be a point where we should be scared. And someone said this before. I'm just gonna repeat it. Is that right now Ukraine is defending themselves, right?
Mm,
And it is really good that they're defending themselves and they're doing really, really, really well at it. And to see that many countries are providing support and equipment and weapons to defend themselves is great.
mm,
But at the same time, Ukraine defending themselves also are gaining equipment from Russian soldiers, which in return means that they're arming themselves more and more and more.
mm.
So the question is that eventually, when Russia says, "All right, you guys win, and I give up," now, mind you, this war has been going on since 2014, apparently,
It's crazy.
and so if Russia says, "All right, that's it, we're done fighting," will Ukraine stop it at there and say,
Mm,
"Okay, well, I just make a border and close it off," or will they advance into the Russian territory and push up? Now, in that case, when that happens, that's when I'll be scared. Well, I'll be nervous when the war ends,
yeah,
but I'll be scared if they decide to advance into Russia because that's
it's
when the
mad.
buttons start gonna be the big
The
red
big
button will be
red
clicked.
buttons do not press.
Yeah, man.
You
And
know
by the way,
the briefcase with the two keys.
Yeah. Two keys. I don't know how they do it in Russia, man, but yeah. I hope it's not like them silent alarms in the bank where it's under a desk
Oh my
and
goodness!
just
They,
Putin
you can
Putin just presses on.
you can just tap it like accidentally.
No, I'm pretty sure it's not like that, but we'll never know.
Crazy. You were gonna say something, James.
yeah, so I was just gonna say that I just kind of disagree with Hussein. I don't think Ukraine are doing that well. To be fair, I think all the weapons that they're getting is because they are running out of weapons. They're using themselves. So tanks that they have are being destroyed. So they need more tanks and everything else. Whereas in Russia's case, they are just using all the weapons, and they actually and their strategy isn't reliant a lot on the weapons. They don't really care
No,
about.
no, no, no. You're
They're
right.
buying weapons as well.
Ukraine started with very, very, very low amount of weapons, right? And they even have a lot less soldiers, right?
Yeah.
And that's why they're getting support from other countries. But at the same time, what I'm saying to you is that because Russia is losing in their advances, and because they can't really just surrender and back off, their only strategy right now is to just advance. So by doing that, they're losing a lot of equipment, and most of these equipments go back to the Ukrainian soldiers.
That's not true actually, because Russia's
Uh,
strategy.
wait, guys.
Okay, you know, okay, if you
It's
wanna,
not.
we're not gonna dwell on this.
Yeah,
Fine,
it's not a
I'll just
Russia
answer.
versus Ukraine thing, but
Fine,
yeah,
I'll just answer your question, Eunice. I think it is scary
I
because
agree.
I think this is a step. Even if it's a small step, it is a step. And
I
by them
agree.
announcing it like that, there has to be retaliation,
I agree.
especially from America.
I
And you
agree.
see, America will try to do something, another step on top of that, and then it will just keep going back and forth, and it might escalate to a point where the threat of nuclear weapon would be real. So that is very scary to me.
Mind you, as well, like it was a 2 hour speech, and he was just like, he said things like, Ukraine and other hostile actions of the West against our country. Now, through NATO representatives, they are putting forward, in fact, an ultimatum. You, Russia, must fulfill everything that you have agreed on, including the START treaty, and we will behave as we please. Like he feels like it's him against the world.
Yeah.
Like he's feeling attacked.
Mhm.
That the West was seeking a strategic defeat of Russia,
Yeah, that's insane.
and that US is seeking to rewrite the post Second World War security architecture to build an American style world where there is only one master. Like he feels like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which might be true again.
Yeah, there's a lot of truth in that, to be
Yeah,
fair.
but he's yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you, James. I think I personally, when I read this, I thought it was. I know, like, I agree with Musin a little bit when he says it is like fear mongering a little bit of almost like propaganda and all these things. Fair enough, that could all be true, but like nuclear weapons is a different type of weapon, bro. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like kill the world type of, like, normal humanity type of weapon.
Hmm.
Man,